Brother Naeem or Hafiz Abu Hamza. Assalamu alaikum.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن والاه. Says Allah Azza wa Jal in what we recited from Surah Al-Hujurat, إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون. Verily, the believers, men and women that is, are brethren of one another. They are brethren of one another, brothers and sisters of one another. فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ. So do mend and rectify the relationships between your brothers and sisters. And fear Allah. In that way, Allah will have rahmah upon you. Allah will have rahmah upon you. If you treat one another as brothers and sisters, actually, factually, practically, in prosperity and in adversity, in agreement and in disagreement, in conflict and in ease. If you do that, Allah will give you rahmah. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. And if others are in conflict, if other believing men and women are in conflict, treat that conflict as ones who want to mend and rectify and bring peace to that conflict. Don't take side and make it worse. Allah says, they are all your brothers and sisters. Rectify. أَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ. And Allah says, they are your brothers and sisters. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ. And be Allah conscious. If you do all of that, لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. Allah will have special rahmah, special loving mercy upon you, inshaAllah ta'ala. And this is again about the character of a mu'min, the khuluq of a mu'min. And if we don't do that, Allah will unleash the wrath of one against the other while they think they are doing good, and to hurt one another and to kill one another. Rest assured, when Muslims, and it begins of course with conflicts, with arguments, with talks, with disagreements, and then it goes to, when given the opportunity, to killing, to beating and to killing. When that happens amongst Muslims, rest assured that that is what? That's adab from Allah. That's punishment from Allah Azza wa Jal. Because the punishment from Allah Azza wa Jal for this ummah in dunya, in other words, if it is adab, it is because of what we have done, it is through these things. Through killings and fitan amongst them. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is related to have said in a text, many ulama say it as sahih, إن الله تعالى جعل عذاب هذه الأمة في الدنيا القتل. إن الله تعالى جعل عذاب هذه الأمة عذاب, underline the word عذاب, the punishment that this ummah deserves in this dunya. Punishment why? عذاب why? Because of things we do wrong. The adab in this dunya is al-qatl. These killings, especially amongst each other, as another text clearly identifies. My dear brothers and sisters, we are an ummah in crisis, in moral crisis, in ethical crisis, in behavioral crisis. Every one of us has something to rectify about our character. Because we're an ummah that is supposed to be an example for others, to lead others morally, and we cannot lead morally because of the way we are. And it begins at home and in the masajid and in the institutions. When there is lack of rahmah, there is lack of compassion, there is lack of wisdom, there is rudeness, there is lying, there is cheating, there is backbiting, and all of that. Allah does not do injustice to anyone. Having said that, in a note of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, يُرَغِبُنَا وَيُرَهِبُنَا كَمَا يَعْلَمُ إِخْوَانِي. Allah Azza wa Jalla, as you know, my dear brothers and sisters, teaches us in ways that are kind and gentle to attract us, and also teaches us in ways to wake us up. Tell us things that we must be very concerned about and be afraid of. That's tarhib. And targhib, things that are nice and we easily accept. Targhib, if it doesn't work, that is tarhib. And we should be noble human beings to learn through targhib, and we don't have to be pushed. But unfortunately, that's what happens. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, first, إِنَّ اللَّهَ جَمِيلٌ يُحِبُّ الْجَمَالِ. إِنَّ اللَّهَ جَمِيلٌ يُحِبُّ الْجَمَالِ. And then the text after that says, يُحِبُّ مَعَالِيَ الْأَخْلَاقِ أو مكارم الأخلاق ويكره سفسافها. Allah is beautiful and loves beauty. Now don't think of external beauty. Those are the sick amongst us or the weak amongst us. The beauty that Allah loves is explained by this next thing. يحب معالي الأخلاق ويكره سفسافها. He loves the noble character. Noble characteristics. That's the beauty. Noble akhlaq. And despises the base and low akhlaq. And he also said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَرِيمٌ يُحِبُّ الْكُرَمَاءِ وَجَوَادٌ يُحِبُّ الْجَوْدَةِ. And he says also, وَيُحِبُّ مَعَالِيَ الْأَخْلَاقِ أو مكارم الأخلاق ومشارفها وأشرافها ويكره سفسافها. That Allah is Kareem, generous, and loves generosity. And Allah is very magnanimous, that is super generosity, al-Jud, and loves the people who are like that. And also at the end of the text says, and loves akhlaq that are superior, that are high, character that is noble and high and special, and despises the character that is safsaf, base and low, cheap. هذا ديننا. Surah Al-Hujurat is all about character, isn't it? From the beginning till the end. From the beginning till the end is character, my dear brothers and sisters. And that character, Allah Azza wa Jal is requesting from the believing man and women, from the muwahidun man and women, from those who care for this deen and love Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and love to pray and love to fast and love to obey Allah Azza wa Jal. He's telling us that's beautiful, but this should lead you to that. This is what I want from you. This is this ummah, as in ummah wasat. This is what you should be and you should represent. Listening to the news, and Muslims everywhere in the world having to run for asylum. To where? Where is rahmah amongst Muslims? Al-mu'minuna ikhwa. Where is that? Just talk. Just talk. And any disagreement, a'udhu billah. Just talk. I tell you a true story, and I'm going to close with this. Please forgive me. In a court in California, and this was told to me by people who attended that. I'm not going to say the place where it was, years ago, much before 9/11 even. The community had problems for petty things, saf things, this and this and that, and it grew and it grew and it grew. And they tried all types of resolutions, all type of arbitrations, with each other, they accept. And then when the arbitrator says something the other party doesn't like, then, no, I don't accept it. And they start again and again. Fine. It got to the point I'm not going to describe, wal-iyadhu billah. It went to court. Now this judge, subhanAllah, he had them come together to listen to them. And he knew what was happening. And then when they talk now, when we talk, say brother, just like what we say in English, you know, we don't mean it. So in front of the judge, he's saying brother with this, but he says stop using that word. I've heard enough of it. Hakada, wallahi, hakada, it was related to me. The judge saying to them, stop using that word. You fools. Brothers? And this is what brothers? Allahu Akbar. I asked them, is this really true? I verified again and again, and I used one of my conferences in California. The point is, and after that, the judge ruled the following. He ruled that you both assign an arbitrator. Hakada, shara. You assign an arbitrator. When you agree, you come to me, and I say yes to that. If I say yes to that, and they did, then you have to go by his arbitration, and anyone who does not, a fine, I think, of something like was $10,000 and some time in prison. Wallahi al-azim, hakada, it was recounted to me. Then when that occurred, they all come down. What is happening to Muslims? It's character. This thing that we don't want to pay attention to. Character. Whether you are a PhD, or you are an engineer, or you are an alim, or you are a da'i, or you are whoever you are. We are bankrupt in character. You don't want to stop what you're doing. You don't want to rectify what you're doing as Muslims, scholars, du'at, administrators, men, women. You don't want to stop that. The killing will continue in the midst of you, by you, against you. Inna Allah kareemun yuhibbul kurama. Allah is noble, loves those who are noble. And He does not love pity, cheap character. Elevate ourselves. Pray that Allah Azza wa Jal will give us steadfastness. Men and women, change. Commit yourselves to change. Don't say, any one of you here, including myself, don't say this is about the other one, my neighbor, or the one next door to me, or that sister. You yourself, who is hearing these words, say this is for me. As I'm sharing these words for you, and I know they are first for me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.